I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. The air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. And we sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman, because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. This is the 419th episode of the Political Spotlight, and I am your host, Kristopher H. Bilbrey. We are coming to you live from Southern Command, and so I'm not in the studio, but we're going to make it work as always. Hope you're doing well. We had a really, really good show last night, a really good showing. We had a lot of you people that were in and watching and stuck with us. Last night was a good episode. We were able to relay the information that we had. It was a good win and a good night. But there's also a lot of reading with that, and it can be dry. It sometimes is not the exact same thing as just a show where I'm focused on you and talking. Like last night, I was obviously focused on the text and reading through that and trying to get through it. And it's a beast when you're reading through 28 pages of legal jargon and all of that. So I want to thank you guys for sticking it out and listening to the show last night. If you have not listened to last night's episode, okay, if you have not listened to episode 417, you're going to want to go back and listen to it. And at the beginning, we kind of did a little joke thing or whatnot, but I want to reiterate to everyone, the people that watched and maybe the people that didn't watch, how important yesterday's decision is. The country, our country, the United States of America, is founded on the First Amendment. The first thing that they tell us is most important, the most important freedom that we have been given by our Lord and Savior, by the Creator, is our freedom to express ourselves, to say when we're hot or when we're cold and when we're happy and when we're not happy and when we like this and we don't like that. And our founding fathers knew how important it was that we be protected in that right. They didn't give us the right. They knew they were born with that right. They knew that that right had been stripped from them in England, And when they came to America and they formulated this great experiment, they didn't list the freedom of speech, the freedom of the press, the freedom of assembly. They didn't set that as the Fifth Amendment. They didn't set that as the 16th Amendment. They didn't set it as the Second Amendment. They set that right as the First Amendment, the thing on which everything else is based upon. And we have been arguing what the First Amendment means, what the First Amendment allows, what the First Amendment does not allow, since before the birth of the country. And there are lots of case law and cases and lots of legalese and opinions and thoughts and everything in between based on the First Amendment in every single aspect of the First Amendment. The freedom of the press, the freedom of assembly, the freedom of speech, and all of it has been tested. All of it has been argued in court. All of it has been discussed and discussed and discussed and discussed. And there are books and books and, entire classes, entire fields of study based solely on this topic. However, there is something that is in its infancy within the First Amendment, and that is the First Amendment and how it pertains to social media, how it pertains to political figures and social media, personal accounts, campaign accounts, official accounts, and are we talking about TikTok? Are we talking about Twitter? Are we talking about Facebook? Are we talking about emails? Are we talking about newsletters? What are we talking about? And even though we all know now that social media has been around for quite some time now, it doesn't feel like it's new. I mean, I think I saw something the other day that my very first post on Facebook ever under my Facebook account that I have now was posted on August 3rd or 4th in the year 2009. And so that's some time. So all of this stuff's been around a long time. That being said, how we apply the First Amendment to aspects of our new digital world, that's still in baby years. There aren't many test cases before the courts. There's not a whole bunch of case law. There's not, hard and fast rules that govern the digital world the same way it governs if I go to City Hall's parking lot tomorrow on Saturday and protest Victoria Spartz or protest the protesters and support Victoria Spartz. If I go down there and do that, and a police officer comes up and tells me that I need to shut up and I can't speak and I need to be quiet, and they tase me or arrest me or kick me off the property, first of all, that probably wouldn't happen because the dumbest of the dumb officers know that's going to end badly. It does happen, but there are many test cases, and everybody knows what happens when that happens. However, we still find ourselves in murky gray water when we have elected officials and government, full government entities like the city of Fort Wayne, the city of Muncie, Delaware County, Madison County government, if they block a comment or delete a comment, or if they themselves make a comment and then delete it and pull it down, or they post something and then pull it down or hide it, and what they can share with who, and yada yada yada. There's not a lot of case law in this, and so it seems juvenile. Okay. It seems juvenile to say, so-and-so blocked me on Facebook and I'm going to sue. That sounds like, you hear this and it's like, who is this child? Look at him. He thinks he's in high school. Like, and that's the thing, right? I was looking back at some of the screenshots and things from the whole argument with the sheriff in the early days of this, like in July and August of 2023. And there were people saying, like, it's his Facebook account. He can block whoever he wants. I can block anyone on my account. And I'm like, yeah, dude. You can block anyone on your account. You are a private citizen. When you're the police chief, when you're the sheriff, when you're the mayor, when you're a state representative, there are different laws that come into play. There are different thoughts about what can be done, how and when and why. And so I had posted last night's content, the lawsuit and all of that, in several Henry County groups. And I let it go at that. And then last night, after I went live, someone said, hey, did you post about this in any of the Knightstown, Indiana pages? And there are several. Knightstown Chatter Uncensored, Knightstown Chatter Uncensored 2. There are several different Knightstown groups. And someone last night asked me if I would post this stuff in the Knightstown group. And I was like, sure. If I'm being asked to specifically, yeah, I will. That's fine. And then I woke up this morning and I had several people more asking me the same thing. And I did. I went ahead and I posted 2 posts. I posted the link to the video from last night, the podcast, the episode 417, and then I posted the 28-page document. Now, the 28-page document is out there. If people want to see it, the link is in the description of last night's show. I posted it on Twitter. I posted it on Facebook. It's out there. You can see it. But I posted it in the Knightstown group, and it's weird to me how you can have people that are so enamored with a man in uniform, I guess that's the way I'll say it. As a former police officer, I can tell you it's weird the amount of leeway a person is given when they're in uniform, and all of the people. I've always said you can take the ugliest, most disgustingly looking person and put them in a uniform, And there is a subsection of women who are just immediately going to think that man is more attractive now because he is in a uniform. It's because it's the attraction to the power or whatever, you know. And so that's there. But it's strange to me that there are people that bend over backwards and just completely put on blinders to reality to attempt to pat this sheriff on the butt and say, oh, he's such a good guy, and completely overlook the fact that he has been so detrimental to their community, to their county, to the badge in general. And it just blows me away. And so I'm not like on here like being like, oh, I'm the victim, they're being mean to me. I find it funny. I think it's interesting. One of the very first posts on here is, sorry, but I love Sheriff Sproles. I think he has done so much for the good of the community. And I'm thinking, can you show me where he's done good for the community? Can you point me in the direction so I can see what it is that you're looking at? And it's just funny to me because these people never go beyond their initial post for support or complaining against me. Yeah, being the idea of being the bootlicker. But I'll be honest, it goes beyond reverence for the badge or reverence for the job. These people aren't in love with Sproles because of his job as sheriff and the job that he's done as sheriff. It's specifically for him, the man, meaning John Mark himself. It doesn't matter. They like him as a person, which is fine. Fine. Love him as a person. You think he's a Christian, you think he's a good guy, you think he's a good father, you think he's a good mother, you think that he's a good brother, you think he's a best friend. That's lovely, wonderful. But you have the right to say your piece, but you lose credibility when you're applying your personal love for this man because you know him in some other context. Listen, I'll be honest. I think he's probably racist on Sunday mornings in his church as well. I don't think that goes away. I don't think that comes and goes when he just puts the uniform on. He's one of those people that probably is rolling through Muncie and comes up to Madison and Willard and locks his doors because, oh my God, he's seen a black man walking on the corner. You know, he's someone that routinely and not as a joke uses the phrase and the words, you people, or other things like that. I'm not racist. My wife has a black friend back in the bush. those type of things. So it really kind of makes me call into question these people that think that he's a lovely human being. Now listen, if there are some people, I'm sure there are, that love him simply because he's a cop, then those people are even more gone. That's even more wild, okay? So I just think it's funny, and it's always interesting to see. It's a big deal, and it's our win. I know Alva asked about Brandon and JD. That case wrapped up. That's actually how Brandon and I came to be. Brandon and Kate and I. Kate, in her duty, is just keeping track of everything that goes on, and I'm living my life and producing Perception is Reality and doing my thing. And Kate says, hey, you need to read this article. You need to see this. This is great. This guy is taking on JD Prescott, and I've been following this guy, and we've been talking, and you need to see this. And so I read the article that they had done in the Star Press. We then find the letter to the editor that Brandon had submitted to the Star Press and other news agencies. And we see this fight going on. And Kate's like, we got to get him on the show. You got to get him on the show. And I'm like, all right, yeah, this is cool. And I call Brandon up, and we have a conversation. And, it was love at first protest of JD. His voice hit my ear hole, and it was like massive. We were in love, Brandon and I, and you mix Kate and Niles into the mix, and Brandon's wife, and it was great. We were fast friends. And so that lawsuit that Brandon filed with the help of Gavin Rose, our attorney, unfortunately, well, I don't want to talk anymore about that because I don't want to give any ideas. But it went a little bit different way. We'll talk about it at a later day. Most of you know it, and you can go back and catch it, but I'm not going to give any ideas. And I hope that you guys can read between the lines on that. But this win was very much for Brandon. This win was for you guys. This win was for Admiral Eric's wife and every other person in Henry County. I did not fight this for me. Yeah, I want to be able to communicate with him, and I want to be able to tell him when I think that he's doing a bad job. I want to be able to tell him when I think he's doing a good job. I want to be able to see what other people are saying to him and be able to comment on those things. Moreover, I want you guys to be able to do that. I want the citizens of that community to be able to reach out to him. So this fight was not about me, for me, whatever. And so, yes, Stumblefoot, that's exactly right. So, I guess I just want to talk. I wanted to just quickly again hit upon how this was a big win. It is a big win, and it's our win. It's our win. We share in this win, and I'm glad to have done this. I will do it again. I have went to jail for my First Amendment right, and I will gladly do it again. And I will never be shut down. I think the First Amendment right, very much like the Second Amendment, is those hills are hills worth dying on. And I do it because I know that so many other people out there won't, because they think it looks foolish, or they think, well, it's just Facebook. It's just Facebook because I'm not Fox News, I'm not CNN, I'm not WTHR. There are three of us here doing this, along with all of you guys. We don't have, massive lawyers on retainer, and we don't have, a building with, 35 cameras, and we're a small time operation, but it very much matters. There are a lot of people that get their information from our program, and what Sproles did was wrong. And if we allow him to have a pass on these situations, that just emboldens him and others like him. Stumblefoot brings up Muncie Mayor Dan Ridenour. Dan Ridenour's been on spring break. He should be returning to work on Monday. And on Monday or Tuesday, I will present a printed out, full 28-page document of this judge's decision. I'm going to present it to the mayor's office and give him 14 business days. 14 calendar days, 2 weeks, to unblock me, Dan Ridenour, or we will sue him. And I hope that he makes the right choice. I hope he does the right thing. And again, what I will be directing him is he needs to unblock everyone on that page who he has blocked for nonsensical reasons. So I will be doing that, and we'll see what goes forward. And I'm, like I said, I'm going to tell him it's not just about me, it's everyone else in the community. So that's where we stand on that. We're live tonight. It's a Friday night. We normally would be off on a Friday night. Tonight's episode title is Standing at the Crossroads. The last couple days have been crazy with the amount of information that I have been taking in. The amount of people that have been calling me. I've had people calling me, giving me information, more information on Sheriff Sproles. I have had people calling in and giving me information on Henry County Councilor Chad Malacote. I have had people calling in and emailing and doing all that, giving me information about Ed Carroll in lots of different ways. And I have people who are asking, when are you going to do the Ed Carroll story? When are you going to do the Ed Carroll story? Well, I want to tell you that what I am doing with Ed, what I'm trying to convey in the Ed story, is going to take a little bit of time to ferret some information out. I'm going to tell you that there will be some documents that I'm going to get between now and, say, this point next week. I'm going to be getting these documents, and some of these documents are going to be very damning. Very damning. And so that's going to be coming. I can't exactly tell you when. I don't know exactly when, but be watching for it. So that's one of those things that it's coming soon. I just got to turn right. We'll be there, but we got to fit some things together. There's also a Muncie City Council meeting coming up on the 7th, and the council they've leaned into something, and they're going to be talking about it and discussing it during the council meeting on the 7th. And I wish they wouldn't be doing this, but we're going to be talking about that in a moment, and that's going to be a big deal coming up. Tomorrow at 11 a.m., Victoria Spartz will be on hand in the Muncie City Council chambers, and she will be putting on a town hall there. We will be there. I'm going to go there, and I'm going to live stream the event. To my knowledge, they won't be live streaming it, so I'm going to set it up, and I'll tell you this: watch for our live feed. One of two things will happen. If they are live streaming it, we will jump their feed and we will present you what they're presenting. If they are not live streaming it, I will be prepared to go live from the event and record the event. So you'll be able to tune in tomorrow at 11 a.m. right here at the Political Spotlight. You'll be able to watch this. And just from everything that I've heard, it's going to be a doozy. So I would definitely tune in. If you're not doing anything and you're in the Muncie or East Central Indiana area, specifically if you're in Congressional District 5, I would greatly suggest you coming over to Muncie. And our city hall is at 300. I think the address is 303 or 302 High Street. So you'll be able to find it. It's the building with the blue roof. You'll be able to see it. It's right downtown. It's where the city police cars are. We will be there. I am being told that tomorrow there are going to be a lot of people on hand to protest. So it'll be interesting to see what exactly they do. She was on hand in Hamilton County, I think, tonight. Let me see. But she was in Westfield. She was in Westfield. And the constituents actually booed her. They booed her. Now, that being said, I'm not sure if these are actual citizens from the area or if they are somehow paid to come in. I don't really know, and I don't know which way that's going. But I do know that there were a lot of people, and they were there with signs saying, "Keep your hands off my democracy, defund billionaires," all kinds of things. And it was a packed house. It was a packed house. Let me show you this. This was the rally, the event tonight. Tweety Bird says that it's on YouTube. I very much believe that. I just have not. Let me see if I can find it here. Spartz Town Hall streamed an hour ago. Okay, here we go.
Let me see that. Listen, you need to hear what they really do, and if you want to hear that. So they came to the Department of Treasury, and they said, we want to make sure that there is a proper authorization of any funds that are dispersed. This is your money. You think we should be spending your money without authorization? No, truly. Do you believe you want your banking account money from your personal bank account sent without authorization, but many people want to do that? Raise your hand, please. How many of you want your personal bank account? Somebody just disbursed money with no authorization. Question. So, among the topics we received, we do want to give people the ability to do that. I know and I understand too. Amen.
All right, thank you. As a Ukrainian, or at least someone who was born and raised in Ukraine, would you actually support a NATO or international peacekeeping force as part of a peace agreement to end the war and also hopefully deter Russian aggression? I mean, for the foreseeable future, or at the very least, just offer Article 5 protection, like the Italian Prime Minister suggested, I want to say like a few weeks ago, or maybe it was a few weeks ago, I believe. I mean, that's my question.
Thank you. I think Russia's been allowed to get away with too much, and we have to deal with that. No doubt.
An indirect tax on Americans who purchase goods in this country, and I'm sure as a CPA, you will steer us in the right direction.
So I'll tell you. Thank you. You have to offer to the leftist and progressive Democrats. I want to feel represented by candidates and politicians on all sides of the political aisle. How are you looking out for those you vehemently disagree with? A lot of services for people with a disability have provided the president's illegal, unconstitutional orders. Involvement / efforts to Doge, and why you think that this will help your constituents here in the fifth district. So I want to make sure that
God.
I know you've seen a lot of what's happened in America with town halls here recently, and you didn't have to do this, so we thank you for coming. And I've always
of all constituent wishes, and she added in based on phone calls, emails, postcards.
Emails.
We need to make sure that Europeans get to that 2% because that's in their interest. So we need to put pressure on them. We need to make sure that Europeans have smarter energy policy.
I want you to take those votes. What I don't want is for after you pass whatever budget, the power that you have to allow the president, the co-equal branch, to say you will not spend that money that you are on the record allocating. So must, who has no constitutional role, is deciding where the money that you've decided gets spent. That's wrong, and you should want to reclaim that authority.
And that we have a place in general. Whether I agree with you, I agree with you. And the impoundment by that branch has to be resolved in the Supreme Court because they don't have to be increasing taxes to all Americans, that we have an ability for growth of the economy, and we want to make sure that we have a good paying job and have an opportunity for people to go into the middle class and not just for very few on top. So I want to make sure
It's amazing how many people have left out by this point.
President Trump and Iran and Dawn.
So, listen, I'm not a big fan. I will give her credit for sticking through it, for showing up and being there. I will give her credit for that. Good on her. It will be interesting to see how tomorrow's event plays out. We will see. So that's that. So you'll be able to watch that right here tomorrow starting at 11 a.m. and we will have that. So that's that. All right. Last night at 6 p.m., we recorded the town hall meeting from Alexandria, and that was a good thing. Matter of fact, I don't know where Catherine is. I was under the impression that Catherine was going to be on the show tonight, kind of explaining her thoughts on what happened yesterday. No biggie. We'll make that up with her. I don't know. Maybe she got busy today or whatever. We'll make that up with her coming up, but that's fine. You can also watch that town hall from Alexandria on the channel. It's in the live. It's a live on location playlist, so you'll be able to find it. The flip side of that is, at the same time, there was a Delaware County Town Hall meeting going on. And I've had some people say, well, wait a minute. You live streamed the Alexandria meeting, but you didn't live stream and bring to us the Delaware County meeting where you live, and like, what's the deal? And I'm going to tell you why I did that. I was faced with a decision where there were two town halls, one in Alexandria, and I knew what they were facing in Alexandria, and there was a town hall meeting scheduled for the same time in Gaston, and I was like, oh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Because obviously, listen, I'm going to be honest, I care more about the situation in Delaware County because that's my county. Okay. I was told that last night's town hall meeting from Delaware County would be, at the very least, recorded and uploaded after. And very possibly, I was told that it would be live streamed for real-time viewing and then viewing after. And so I made the decision, okay, well, since they're going to be live streaming, I can then let that go, watch it later, comment on that later, and I can help Catherine live stream the Alexandria meeting. And then the meetings came to an end, and I found out that unless someone's got a video out there that they've recorded that they've just not put up yet, I have been looking for this everywhere, and I've not been able to find it. So there was a meeting last night. The meeting was at a Westell Elementary School, and it wasn't just like, this was a full-blown meeting. All three commissioners were there. Several of the county council members were there. There were a couple people from state government there, I'm pretty sure. And so here is that event. The county commissioners, three county council members, Delaware County Sheriff's Department Chief Deputy Stanley, and community leaders from the Gaston area engaged in a productive dialogue with residents at the inaugural town hall meeting. We appreciate everyone who attended and contributed to the discussion. The next County Commissioners Town Hall will be on June 2nd at the Yorktown Town Hall at 6 p.m. Okay, and now here's the pictures of the people. Okay, let's take a look at what we've got going on here. We've got Stanley, Matt Kantz, Henry, Brand, Riggin, and then is this? I don't know who this is. I don't know who these folks are. They must be from the Gaston area. Okay, so I was like, oh yeah, this is going to be great, and I was like clicking through to see. Okay, here's Brand talking with Citizen, and Brand looks like really, really surprised. This look on him, he's like, whoa, I'm really surprised. Here's a picture through like bleachers. Kind of looks like through a jail cell. Very strange. And so there were not many people at this town hall. I hate that. There were way more citizens at Alexandria's event. So I wish Delaware County would get passionate about what's going on. We need to pack these bleachers, okay? But I started looking for the live stream, and I was like, there's no live stream. Here's Tim Nickum up at bat, questioning what's going on. Oh, okay. So this is Bill Hughes and Dan Flanagan with then Matt Kantz was the other one there. And so I don't know who that is. Maybe that's one of the town board people from Gaston. I don't really know. I know who she is, but I can't place the name off the top of my head. Okay, so here's our people, talking and doing their thing. Great, this is wonderful. Okay, however, no live stream. So I asked in the comments. Oh no, I don't want to do that. That was stupid. I asked in the comments, why was this event not live streamed? I unfortunately was unable to attend. I'll be there for the next 2 town hall meetings, but I would hope that you will be working towards live streaming the future town hall meetings. Many Delaware County citizens work 2nd or 3rd shifts or working 12-hour shifts and thus cannot attend these meetings. That said, they should still be able to participate in local government. I'm hoping you will be able to will be working towards meeting the citizens where they are, which includes live streaming and recording these meetings. And I had a couple different people like that comment. There were several other people that commented, "Thank you for holding the town hall meetings. I wish I would have knew about this. I would have loved to have come. With all the technology and all the money this county burns, let's stream the next 2 meetings. We need transparency." So you can see kind of it was a mixed bag. Now listen, this is the first time Delaware County's done something like this. I'm excited. I'm excited about this. I was happy. I'm very happy. The next time that they Brandon Rudd. The next time they have this, I will be there, and hopefully they'll be live streaming. I'm going to try and What do you mean, Tweety Bird? It's listed on the county page, but link doesn't work. What county page? Are you talking about their actual website? Let me go to that page. So is it this? This is what I'm asking. Is this what you're talking about, Tweety Bird? Let me see. Okay, type in town halls in the search. Let's go up here and do that. probably help if I do it right. Okay. Is this what you're talking about, Tweety Bird? Okay. Page not found. Yeah, so I don't know what this is. Yeah, that's right. Hopefully they'll put something up, but as of now, there is nothing. So I hope that's coming, and I'm going to push them to do that. If they don't, then I will do it for them. But I don't know why they would have an issue with this. So we'll find out. Okay, moving on from there, I want to talk to you all about the upcoming Muncie City Council meeting that is scheduled for Monday, April, is it 7th? Yeah, so the agenda, I'm going to pull this up and let you guys see this agenda. Here we go. Okay. All right, here we go. So look at what's coming up. It's not this coming Monday. This coming Monday will be the 30th, but the following Monday, the first Monday in April, my grandmother's birthday, there will be a public hearing at 6:45 p.m. We will live stream from the public meeting through the end of the meeting, so you'll want to tune in here. Their regular meeting, their public meeting starts at 6:45. They have Ordinance 1325, which is an ordinance to vacate the portion of certain public alley at 2619 West Ethel Avenue in the city of Muncie, Delaware County, Indiana. That's the only thing they have. That'll go really quick. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. They will then kick into the regular meeting at 7 p.m. We'll go through the Pledge of Allegiance, the invocation, citizen recognition, roll call, approval of minutes, appointments to boards and commissions, committee reports, and then we go into ordinances previously introduced. 725 is an ordinance for transfer of appropriations, police, fire. 825 is an ordinance to amend the City of Muncie Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance from either the R4 residential zone to the BV Variety Business Zone on premises located at 2810 West Ethel Avenue, Muncie, Indiana. Ordinance 1125 is an ordinance fixing the maximum salary of each and every member of the Muncie Police Department of the Muncie City of Indiana for the year of 2025. Ordinance 1225 is an ordinance fixing the maximum salary of each and every member of the Muncie Fire Department of the City of Muncie, Indiana for the year 2025. And then we go into new ordinances. New ordinance 1325, an ordinance to vacate a portion of the certain public alley at 2619 West Ethel Avenue in the City of Muncie. Ordinance 1425, an ordinance to amend the City of Muncie Comprehensive Zoning or ordinance from the R4 residential. Hello? What do you do? Did you fall? Okay, sorry. So, okay. Give me a second here. Ordinance 1525 is the zoning ordinance. 1625, an ordinance amending 3324, fixing the maximum salary of each and every appointed officer, employee, deputy, assistant department, and institutional head of the city of Muncie, Indiana, including herein for the year 2025. And then here we go, folks. We kick into the resolutions, and this is where we get crazy. Resolution 925, Resolutions Common Council, City of Muncie, Indiana, approving the collective bargaining agreement with the American Federation of State and County and Municipal Employees and Council 926, AFSCME Local 3656. And then here's Resolution 10-25, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Muncie opposing Indiana Senate Bill 1. Resolution 1125 is a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Muncie establishing an opioid fund advisory committee. And I really like what 1125 is. I think that's a good thing, and that'll be cool. But we need to talk about this Resolution 1025. I am not excited about this. I think that this is a horrible situation. And let me get this. Let me get this here. Where are they at? Okay, here we are. Now, let's take a look at this. Let's read this together here. A resolution of the Common Council of the City of Muncie opposing Indiana Senate Bill 1. Whereas state leaders, lawmakers had advocated and proposed legislation in it. Let me see if this is the exact same thing. I'm sure this is the exact same wording. Let me see here. Let's see. Whereas homeowners deserve affordable tax bill. Adequate public services. In exchange, the proposals garnering the most attention. Okay. That's weird. Some of the language is different, but it's not changing anything. So essentially, if you recall, at the end of the last meeting, when Councilor Rose Selvey called Councilor Stephen Brand, I keep calling him Scott, Stephen Brand up to the podium and called him up and wanted to congratulate him for the ordinance that the county commissioners put through. Well, one, it wasn't an ordinance, and two, it wasn't the commissioners, it was the county council. But Rose said that she hoped that the city of Muncie would do something very similar to this. And I was thinking, no, we don't want that to happen. That is exactly what we do not want to happen. And so, I was hopeful that with the state legislature coming to an end here, their last day is the 29th of April. And with the council meeting in just on the 7th, that basically there would be no reason for the council to do this. And I want to put this up here, and I want to play this for you here. Give me 1 second. Here we go.
Do a slow roll because it is new. It is not like anything that we have in the community currently, and they want to make sure they get it right. So that is at the request of them, and we are waiting to hear from them as to getting more services going, and updates are provided to you when they are provided to us.
Here we go.
Anyone else from the audience? Anyone from the council?
Yes, I do. We have a commissioner, a Delaware County commissioner here. I'm going to put you on the spot, if you don't mind. I just want to thank the Delaware County commissioners for their latest resolution regarding, that was a very great move on your part, and hopefully we will emulate it on city council and come alongside of you in support. Would you please come up to, if that's okay with you, to explain exactly what you guys did and what your resolution was all about? And thank you for that, doing that.
So Stephen Braun, Delaware County Commissioner. Which ordinance?
The one regarding the tax caps with from
The budget.
the budget.
Was that the council?
I think that was the
That was
council.
county council.
Council?
County
Council.
commissioner.
Not the
yes.
budget.
Okay.
I wish I could take credit, but I cannot.
Oh, it was the county. Okay. Would you thank them for us? Thank
I will.
you.
Okay, so that was that. And I'm thinking we have a Delaware County Council that is made up of 7 men and women. 7, 4 districts and 3 at large, and all 3 of the at large and all 4 of the districts, all 7 of the county council members, the 1 woman, the 6 men, all 7 of them Republicans, supposed to be conservative Republicans, they all put forward this resolution and voted in affirmative manner to pushing back against Senate Bill 1, which is wild work. Wild work. We then come to the Muncie City Council, which is manned by 9 people. All right. 3 women, 6 men, 6 districts, 3 at large, and of the 9 members, 3 are Republican, 6 are Democrats. And I'm thinking, okay, it'll be interesting to see what they do here. And the Republicans push this ordinance. Stumblefoot. Oh, God. The Republicans, the 3 Republicans, push this forward, and I'm sure that people keep falling over on me, I think. That's hilarious. They push this, and I'm sure that Nora didn't fight back against this because, let's face it, Nora is the one that's leading the council in all ways. It doesn't matter that she's not the president. It doesn't matter that we have the president and that Nora is leading. Nora is leading, and here's Nora for those of you that might not remember. And so basically, the Republicans are pushing this deal, and the Democrats are going to allow it to happen. They're going to push right along with her. They're going to push right along with her and allow this to happen, and they're going to be perfectly fine with it. And it just makes our Delaware County Republicans look not like Republicans. They're not Republicans. Let's face it. Let's face it, man. We live in Indiana where we have this weird supermajority thing of people who claim to be Republicans. I hate the word rhino, the whole Republican, Democrat in name only thing. It's just so overused. I just prefer idiot. I prefer to use the word idiot. Idiots who just feel like they can't be honest about what they truly believe. And this is what we deal with when that happens. So I'm not happy about that. I'm going to be pushing back against it. I will be there. Obviously, we will be live streaming that meeting as well. I will be there. I will be explaining to them why I don't think that they should do this. It's just a resolution. So at the end of the day, it has no teeth. But what they're doing and what I've been saying since the Delaware County originally did this was that the Indiana Association of Cities and Counties or whatever, they are trying to compile as many of these resolutions from cities and towns and counties all throughout Indiana so they can then go back and present this to their people at the State House and say, look, they're all fighting against it. And so that's why we're going to come out of this session. We have, let me tell you how many days exactly we have. How many days left of this session? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 4, 5, 6, 7, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. We have 32 days left. 32 days left. And what I'm saying is nothing is going to happen with Senate Bill 1. So this is a waste of time, the council doing this. There's no reason to do this other than to continue to wink to the other groups of non-Republicans who are in control but claim that they're Republicans. It's like, oh, look, they're with us now. They're here. They see it. They get it. And the problem with that is they need to not be playing to the crowd of other elected officials. They need to be playing to the crowd of citizens who are saying, we want something done. We want something done. So, I don't know. I'm actually going to give it to Braun. I'm not a big Braun fan, but I'm going to give Braun a little bit of attaboys, or a little bit of I'm okay because I do truly believe that he has been fighting for this, and that his hands are truly tied by the insane group of individuals that we have at the State House. We need to get rid of everybody at the State House. Everybody. We need to get rid of everybody. See what else that they... Have the plan the Democrats laid out yesterday. Yeah. So, yeah, like Kate says, there are 32 days they will either pass something that is so watered down that does nothing, or they won't pass anything at all. It's really crazy. It's really crazy. Yeah, sure. I'm sure, Kate, that there's a lot of that. I'm sure that's very true. But at the end of the day, I mean, at the end of the day, when the state house, the state senate, and the state representatives aren't going to actually step up to the plate and do anything serious, does it matter if he's fighting or play fighting? I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter what he's doing. He could be 1,000% in it with the citizens. And if the 150 people at the state house, all 100 state representatives and all 50 of the senators were not behind this and we're going to do this nonsense game, that's what would happen. That's what would happen. It's totally crazy. Okay, we've got two more things that I want to talk about, and then we're going to call it a night. Number one, the governor, Mike Braun, today announced a new public access counselor. Okay. I want you guys to be able to see this. Let me see here. Okay, I'm going to try and make it. You don't need to see it. There it is. I'll read it to you. Immediate release, Friday, March 28th, 2025. Governor Braun appoints Jennifer G. Ruby as Indiana Public Access Counselor to ensure government transparency and accountability for Hoosiers. Governor Mike Braun today announced the appointment of Jennifer G. Ruby as Indiana Public Access Counselor, a role dedicated to ensuring transparency in government. Indiana's Public Access Counselor is responsible for ensuring transparency in government by responding to the public's requests, educating citizens about public access laws, ensuring advisory opinions, assisting state officials in complying with public access law, and making recommendations to the General Assembly on how to improve our citizens' access to our state and local government. Transparency for Hoosiers is important for healthy state government, and Jennifer Ruby brings decades of legal expertise to serve Hoosiers as public access counselor. She will do a great job in promoting public trust throughout transparency and accountability. And that's a statement that Governor Braun had stated. Jennifer Ruby said, "I am honored to be selected by Governor Braun to serve as Hoosiers public access counselor and uphold the values of government, transparency, and accountability. Public access is essential for effective governance, and I look forward to serving out our state in this role." In addition to her extensive legal experience as an attorney and mediator, Ruby is also an entrepreneur who has built her legal practice in Indianapolis for over 20 years. She has almost 15 years of experience in state and local government, serving the state of Indiana and the state of New Mexico and the consolidated city of Indianapolis and Marion County. Ruby holds a Doctor of Jurisprudence from the Indiana University IU McKinney School of Law, a Master's of Planning from IU O'Neill School of Public Environmental Affairs, and a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry from Purdue University. She is admitted to the practice of law in Indiana and New Mexico and is a member of the American Institute of Certified Planners. She and her husband, Michael, have 2 children, and they reside in Indianapolis. So, way to go, Ruby. Can't wait to see how this interaction is going to go, and I plan to reach out and communicate with her soon. I would love to try to build the relationship that I had with Luke Britt, but of course it's just going to take time. So that's there, and that was big news today. Lastly, the very last thing that I want to cover. Yeah, could you get one more? Yeah, that would be great. Thank you. The very last thing that I would like to cover is this situation with Diego Morales. What is going on? Thank you. What is going on with Diego? It's I cannot even comprehend. What Diego is doing is ludicrous. Hoosiers need to understand what is happening here, and they need to come together, and we need to boot this guy from office. He's up for re-election next year. Okay, so it's not like we've got like 3 years with him and we're stuck. We can completely send him packing next year, and then look, then after he loses in November of next year, he can go off and take as many trips to India and do everything that he wants to do with Guatemala gangs and whatever. He can do everything like that he wants to do, but he just needs to quit doing it on the taxpayers' dime. It's absolutely out of control, and now he's wrapped up in this thing along with Raju Chinchilla or whatever, Cthulhu. I don't really exactly know what this dude's last name is, but he ran for Senate, ran for Congress rather, last year or the year. I guess it was last year. And so for those of you that don't remember Raju, I want to refresh your memories of Raju, and take it away.
In the heart of Indiana, dreams take flight. Raju's the spark, turning darkness into light. Fifth district's calling, with visions all so true. Congress awaits, and Raju is here for you. Raju, shades of red, white, and blue. Guarding dreams for all, he believes in you.
This is not just when I found this the other night, okay, so this is his campaign song, and throughout all of his commercials, he would always play like a 10-minute clip of this. But you don't understand. When I found this and found out that it's a whole bloody song, I lost my mind. Okay, let's continue on here.
Defended a future.
Listen to these lyrics. All right, sorry. We got to do it one more time. And let's right now we're going to leave the political commentary world, and we're going to draw on my nearly 20 years as a drummer in a band who I was one of the head lyric writers. Myself and our guitarist wrote the lyrics for our original music, and I would say I wrote probably maybe 80% of the lyrics for our songs. So I consider lyrics very important. And so let's step out of the political commentary scene here, and let's tear this song apart as we should.
In the heart of Indiana, dreams take flight. Raju's the spark, turning darkness into light.
I mean, that started off really good. In the heart of Indiana, dreams take flight. Raju is the spark, turning darkness into light. Okay, I like it. I like it. It could be a lot worse. It gets a lot worse. I should say.
Fifth district's calling.
Fifth district's a calling.
With visions are so true.
With visions are so true.
Congress awaits, and Raju is here for you. Raju, shades of red, white, and blue.
It's like what we found out this week is it's not shades of red, white, and blue. It's shades of saffron, white. What's the color? What is the actual color? Saffron, white, green, and navy blue. Okay. All right, here we go.
Guarding dreams for all, he believes in you.
Guarding dreams for all, he believes in you.
And your rights defended, a future
and your rights defended,
so grand.
A future so grand.
Raju's the protector leading our stand. Small businesses are thriving, a lively scene. Raju's support is like a dream machine.
That's my favorite lyric. I listened to that and I was like, what? Listen to this again. What is this?
Raju's support is like a dream machine. Small businesses are thriving.
Small businesses are thriving.
A lively scene.
A lively scene.
Raju's support.
Raju's support
is like a dream.
Is like a dream machine.
Machine.
It's machine. Now listen, this is where the breakdown comes. We get a little funky here. Listen to this. This is the bridge. No, it's coming. This is like the post-chorus pre-bridge. Listen.
In Congress, Raju's promises all will unfold. Raju, shades of red, white, and blue. Guarding dreams for all, he believes in you.
Here it comes.
And your rights defended, a future so grand.
Here it comes. Here it comes. This is my favorite part.
Leading our stand. An immigrant's journey lived the dream. Raju's experience a powerful stream.
Now, what I think I like the organ in there. What I would have done is I would have done like real big drums, like boom, pop, boom, pop. That's what I would have done. Okay, so let's go back and listen to this breakdown and listen to the organs in here. It's it's crazy.
The dream. Raju.
An imminent. What's he say?
An immigrant's journey lived the dream. Raju's experience a powerful stream. Passion ablaze with every stride. Ready to lead with you by his side. Yeah. 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 Raju.
I want to know who did this, and I want to see if I can get them to make me a song. I want
you under the big sky so blue.
Ooh.
Safeguarding our future, we rally to you. American dream, in Raju we trust.
In Raju we trust. Ooh.
Congress, he's the one, righteous and just.
Oh.
To Raju, in Indiana's vibrant space, a promise for making tomorrow a better place. In a country saved under colors so true. Raju, with you, our hopes renewed.
Our hopes renewed. Wow. In my shoe we trust. I don't think that dog is safe. I'm just going to tell you, I don't think that dog's safe. I just don't think that he's safe. I'll just leave it at that. So we find out what's this got to do with anything? What's this got to do with Raju? What's he got to do with Diego? Those are two different people. Yes, Brandon. That's very weird. That's very strange. So what does Raju have to do? That rhymed. What does Raju have to do with Diego? Raju lost his bid. He lost his bid for Congress. He then sold his short bus. He rode around in a short bus, painted with his face on it, shades of red, white, and blue. And we find out that Diego, who has been missing for the better part of 2 weeks now, we find out that Diego is in India. Okay, he's in India with Raju Cthulhu, and they're over there on what they are calling a business trip, an economic development mission, okay? And that's strange because, so first of all, Raju is nothing other than apparently our Lord and Savior. I don't know what he's trying to convey in that weird song. Raju is a citizen, a business person, I guess, a scammer, and Diego is the Secretary of State, and the Secretary of State is not tasked with economic development anything. You know, he's not tasked. The Secretary of State is not in the world of economic development. That fits under the governor's umbrella, and then that extremely horrible organization that we need to destroy called the Indian Economic Development Corrupt Organization, whatever that is, okay? And here's the thing. It's not just me. It's not just WIBC. It's not just other commentators that are calling him out. There are some serious questions about who's paying for all of this, his budget, what's going on, and the lawmakers who are currently putting together this budget are asking some serious questions. There are some serious heat on Diego. Questionable spending missteps in recent weeks captured the attention of lawmakers in charge of his budget. They're formulating his budget for the next 2 years. Things are adding up, and Republicans known for fiscal who are supposed to be known for fiscal conservatism, and while they're not fiscally conservative in their own needs, you better believe they are going to take Diego to task for this. To be clear, some of the information isn't novel, but it seems to have gained new life recently. For instance, the Indianapolis Star broke the news in February 2023 that Morales hired his brother-in-law for a position with a six-figure salary. It isn't illegal under the nepotism laws because in-laws aren't covered, but optics are another thing altogether. What's the phrase that we used to like to say around here? Perception is reality. And in October 2023, the Capitol Chronicle first revealed that Diego's liberal use of spot bonuses was an issue. Indiana's executive branch agencies adhere to guidance from the Indiana Personnel Department when it comes to the bonuses, which dictates that awards ranging from $100 to $1,000 are okay to recognize outstanding performance on the spot. That year, Diego's office doled out 80 bonuses to 68 employees out of a staff of roughly 75. So out of 75 people, 68 of his people received 80 bonuses. That means some people received 2 or more. They range from $500 to $12,000. But the average of the amount that he would give to someone for a spot bonus was $4,540. Nearly a dozen employees received 2 bonuses from Diego, with the 10 months scanned by the Capitol Chronicle, and one got 2 in 1 month. I bet she's a pretty girl. I bet Diego is attracted to her. And I'm not saying that being misogynistic. I just know Diego. I know that he likes women, and I know that he likes women to like him, and I know that he likes to like women liking him, liking them. That kind of thing. Morales' brother-in-law received a total of $12,500 from 2 bonuses. So not only does he make a 6-figure salary, he also received 2 bonuses totaling $12,500. Diego said the bonuses were needed due to a promise made before his tenure for salary adjustments. Representative Ed Delaney seized on these things when questioning Morales during a House Ways and Means budget hearing on January 15th. Of course, we published that video. The video has made the rounds on social media, and it's wonderful. Indianapolis Democrats also focused on another Capitol Chronicle story about no-bid technology contracts, which the winners were then give campaign contributions to Diego. No-bid contracts are not illegal, but they definitely should be. Because they're not illegal doesn't mean they shouldn't be. They should be illegal. It's crazy. It's corrupt. It's gross. And he needs to be going out the door. Diego Morales indicated that he thought Delaney's questions were inappropriate for the setting, replying that we don't mix politics and official business. No, it's not politics and official business. It's wanting to know what the hell you're doing. Another Indianapolis Democrat continued the questions in Senate appropriations on March 18th. Only this time, on March 18th, last week, Diego didn't show up. Instead, he sent his deputy. Lawmakers were told Morales then, on March 18th, was on an economic development trip. And that's when people started scratching their hands. Economic development? What kind of economic development? One senator noted it was the second time Diego had missed a meeting before the panel and that every other elected statewide official showed up. It's not the job of the Secretary of State to be traveling for economic development, he said. Morales was still on the trip Tuesday when he missed a prayer breakfast for which his office was a sponsor, but he sent his staff to take photos of his table for social media. Well, it turns out that he was in India. According to a post on X from the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce and a press release from the organization and issued by Diego Morales on Thursday, Republicans also took Diego's office to task. Senator Liz Braun, Republican from Fort Wayne, started with questions on bonuses, leading to a promise that no new bonuses are planned. Senator Chris Garton of Charlestown, a Republican, said he pointed to a paper map that Diego's office printed with his name in large bold letters. Staff said that less than $15,000 was spent on the map, which were distributed by the Indiana State Fair and the county offices. Garten said the map should be printed by the Indiana Department of Transportation and has nothing to do with Diego Morales. He's overreaches everywhere, and he sees everything as a campaign opportunity. He's so gross. I have no idea why we've spent any amount of taxpayer money on road map that nobody knows is a road map because, quite frankly, to me, it looks like a campaign sign, Garten said. The biggest thing on here is a name. The name is Diego Morales. He went on to say that Morales' budget should be decreased by whatever amount was spent on the maps and dinged the office for over-aggressive compliance fines. That's not Morales' only promotional spending, though. The office previously spent $35,000 to send a glossy spiral-bound election security guidelines to hundreds of elections administrators, lawmakers, law enforcement officers, and others across the state. They were accompanied by a lanyard and card saying, "Blow the whistle on election interference," with Diego Morales' name. Federal election funds were used for this. Morales' office sent a statement to me on Thursday saying the Secretary of State's office is committed to outreach efforts throughout the distribution of informational materials like papers, pamphlets, brochures, featured the elections officials' name on the materials, foster trust and accountability, much like the annual mail sent by members of the Indiana General Assembly to their constituents. I do agree with him there. What's the difference? The Indiana State House and the Indiana State Senate, generally send out 2, 3, 4 different mailers yearly with all of their crap posted all over it, and you can't tell me that those aren't campaign materials as well. They absolutely are. But just because they do it doesn't mean Diego should do it, or just because Diego doesn't mean they should do it. They're both idiots for doing it, and we should stop both of them. Okay? It shouldn't be up to the state lawmakers to stop him. It should be up to us, and we should stop him. They can call him out if they want, but we should stop him, and we should stop them. It added that the office returned $400,000 to the general fund at the end of the fiscal year 2024. The office is currently on track to return a similar amount to the state at the end of the current fiscal year. It's not unusual for questions to arise in legislative committee hearings that require research and follow-up. We appreciate thoughtful questions from legislators about any aspect of our budget and operations and responded as promptly as possible, the statement said. It remains to be seen whether another Republican will step up to challenge Diego in 2026. He was chosen at a party nomination convention over the current sitting Secretary of State Holly Sullivan in 2022. GOP delegates voted against Sullivan, who then Governor Eric Holcomb had appointed into the role as a revolt against him and his pandemic-era policies. I wonder if they are now regretting that decision. That's a really, really, really good question. The HRCC pays for those things. Yeah, absolutely. Look here. I want to show you this. This is very interesting to see kind of what we're dealing with here with Diego. Let me pull this up here and show you. So it wasn't just the State House that had questions and concerns about what Diego was doing. It was also the Indiana governor. Governor Mike Braun was very shocked to find out what Diego was doing, and Braun made a statement saying that Diego is more than likely overstepping his official responsibility by taking business development trips to India. Just absolutely wild. There's no reason that Diego, should be doing this. This is not something that Diego would generally be doing. And I want to show you here. This was the actual post. If Braun thinks he's overstepping his duties, then Braun needs to rein him in, refuse to pay for the trip. That's a possibility, but again, he's an elected official, so I mean, it'd be interesting to see what fallout comes from here. I think Braun has no problem making statements about Diego, but I don't think that he would step much more beyond that, because as we know, he is also questionable on doing various things. So that's, a very, very crazy type of thing. This is interesting. This is the post that was made. Okay, I'll show you this here. This is what Diego is doing. Diego is with Raju Chin Tathala, and he is in Hyderabad, India, until March 29th. If you'd like to meet to discuss green cards for sale or rent, EB5 immigrant investor visa, EAD in 6 months, get your green card, get it in 1 year. Investment details: investment $800,000, admin fee $60,000, U.S. CIS fee $25,700, immigration attorney fee $22,900, regional center coast to coast, annual return 6%, total payout $992,000 after 5 years. Something fishy is going on. And that's all that can be said there. Diego needs to get his ass back here to Indiana. He needs to be held accountable for this, and he needs to hit the road, Jack. Karen, he wasn't appointed. He was elected. Diego was elected by the citizens, unfortunately. He is the elected Secretary of State of Indiana. So that's someone that we need to get rid of. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. We're standing at the crossroads of all of this stuff. If I turn left, I run into craziness and corruption. If I turn right, I run into craziness and corruption. If I stand still where I'm at, craziness and corruption envelops me and it runs past. If I move forward, craziness and corruption. If I go up or down, craziness and corruption. It's all around. We are going to have some very, very interesting shows coming up next week. Next week is a week that you are not going to want to miss. Sunday through Thursday, we have a full lineup, and next week are going to be some of the shows about Ed and other things going on. So please tune in. If you have not subscribed, or if you've not hit the bell, do so please before you leave. That way you'll know when we go live, or if you miss something, you can always go back and watch it on replay or repeat. Share the show with everyone you know. If you know people in Delaware County, share it. If you know people all throughout Indiana, share it. Let's spread the message and help us out. Share the show with everyone you know. Take care of yourselves. God bless each and every one of you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Have a beautiful Saturday. We'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. at Town Hall. We will live stream the event from 11 to 1. There will be no show tomorrow. Tomorrow is a rest day, Saturday. And we will be back Sunday at 9 p.m. As always, if you need to get a hold of us, there's our contact information. There's how you can hit us up on social media, our email, our phone number, all that good stuff. Please check out all of our social media accounts. and we will see you Sunday night. Goodbye.